Hi friends, welcome to practice. So before we get started, go ahead and grab your prop that you'll need, either a yoga bolster if you have it, or a couple of firm pillows, whatever is available to you. And then I always suggest grabbing a blanket, just in case you may want it at the end to get a little cozy. Maybe, maybe not, but definitely grab a prop similar to this and we'll get started. So as you're grabbing whatever you have, this is a reminder that this video is part 3 of a 5-video series focusing on yin yoga. So each practice kind of builds on the other, and we'll be incorporating a couple of poses that we've already done from previous videos, and then we'll be adding in some more, focusing more on the spine, on the back today, and then we'll finish with a nice sound bowl, nice little sound healing, and then also a little bit of breath work. So get what you need, get situated, and join me on the mat or wherever you're at. We're gonna start with a little supported back bend. And I think we've started this way for the previous 2 practices. So you're gonna grab that prop, and however you get situated, you want to lay back over that prop. And what this is gonna do is start to open up not just your chest, but also start to activate through your spine and your back. So the goal is to have some nice support towards your upper back, your shoulder blades, and then you're gonna let your head gently fall back. So for some of you, maybe your head reaches the floor, maybe not. If it doesn't reach the floor and you feel like you need more support, you can always grab a blanket or something and place it underneath your head. But for me, my head just barely lands on the floor here. And once you settle in, go ahead and stay. We'll be here for about a couple minutes. Find your breath. Find that sort of balance between feeling the stretch, but also letting go, letting yourself really find the calm in this stretch, whatever that means for you. If you feel the need to wiggle anything around, maybe fingers, maybe toes, feel free as your body kind of adjusts to the stillness. Start to focus back in on your breath here. So we've got about 5 or 6 more rounds of breath left. See if you can start to deepen and even out your breathing. Nice, slow, steady inhales. Calm, steady exhales. Few more. Go ahead and slowly, gently start to transition out of this shape, however works best for you. Take your time, there's no rush. Maybe you come up halfway, settle down on your elbows for a moment. Again, there's no rush in this practice, so take your time, meet your body where it's at here as you come back into a seat, and then check in with your spine. Notice how it feels here. Maybe move your shoulders, your spine around just a little bit. And then move that prop out of the way just for now. We'll come back to it towards the end of practice. But just for now, move it off to the side. We're gonna stay in a seat. Alrighty. Again, a few moments of breath here. Maybe you just need to be. Maybe you want to move your shoulders around. So we're going to take the opposite motion with your spine now. So that's why I'm taking a lot of time and space in this transition, just to give your spine a little bit of neutral feeling before we take the opposite. So that was more of a back bend. Now we're going to do more of a rounding of your spine, more of a forward fold. So go ahead and meet me with this shape in your legs. You're bringing the bottoms of your feet together to touch. Your knees fall gently to the side. Notice how this feels in your body. Adjust anything that you need to adjust. And then just like all yin yoga poses, instead of forcing the forward fold, you're just going to let gravity take you. So I like to place my hands on the floor in front of me. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, drop your head, your neck, your shoulders get super heavy in your upper body. So the crown of your head, the heavier you let it go towards the earth, the more it's going to pull you a little bit into this forward fold. So maybe set your intention here for your head to be very heavy. Crown of your head heavy towards the earth in front of you. Release the back of your neck. Even if you feel like you're releasing, try to let go even more through the back of your neck. Same with your shoulders, nice and heavy, nice and grounded forward. And then start to tune into your spine here. Feel the difference now that your spine is nice and rounded. How does that feel in your body? What kind of sensations does that bring up for you? And again, allow yourself to fully let go from the base of your spine all the way up your spine to the back of your neck, to the crown of your head. Settle in. We're taking a lot of time and space in this silence and stillness in today's practice. So if that feels challenging for you, if your thoughts are racing, if you feel really disconnected from your body, come back to your breath. Feel your inhales. Feel your exhales. Notice your sit bones grounded down. Feel that nice roundedness in your spine. 5 more rounds of breath or so here. Maybe start to wiggle through fingers, through toes, and keep your head and neck nice and heavy still. Keep that spine rounded as you start to sit up. And again, take it slow. So we're transitioning back to a seat as you do. Keep that roundedness in your spine until you're all the way up. And then your head and neck are the last to arrive. Again, slow. Notice any sensations here. For me, I kind of feel that blood kind of coming back into my head. So just kind of notice. I feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of heaviness in my head as I'm coming back. And then you can release your legs here, straighten them down. I also feel into my hips. It's a nice little hip opener as well. And then I feel some in my lower spine. So for you, maybe different places that you feel some sensations, just tune in, notice what you're feeling here. Take your time here to come back, to adjust. Okay, we're gonna take a nice seated twist. So keep your left leg extended out in front of you, bend your right knee and plant your right foot nice and firmly. So for me, I like to take my hands and really push or pull my right foot towards me and really push it down. So you're nice and grounded through all 4 corners of your right foot. And just kind of notice, how does that feel? That sensation of being nice and grounded and your right foot down to the earth here. And then take a nice big inhale, lengthen your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. Exhale, twist to the right. You can take any variation with your left arm here. You can wrap it around the around your right leg, or hook that elbow, your left elbow, around the outside of your right leg. So the goal here is on each inhale, finding length in your spine, you're not rounded forward. And then on each exhale, twisting a little bit deeper to the right. So almost like you're trying to look over your right shoulder. We're holding this twist for 5 rounds of breath at your own pace. Again, on each inhale, lengthen your spine, and on each exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. On your next exhale, come back to center. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. Straighten your right leg out in front of you. Take a moment here. Maybe ground down, re-ground down through both sit bones. Notice that sensation here. Option to even just gently push your hips down just a little bit more. And then we'll take it to the other side. Bend your left knee, plant your left foot, same thing. Let's stay here for a few moments. Pull that left foot towards you and really plant it down, ground it down to the earth. Feel all 4 corners of your foot nice and grounded down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Same options. Right arm wraps around your left leg, or elbow hooks on the outside. Same thing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 5 rounds. On your next exhale, come back to center. Re-straighten that left leg down. Check in. Notice how that felt. Feel your spine, feel your back. And then we're going to transition into a tabletop shape on hands and knees. So join me in tabletop. And then when you get there, maybe rock your hips side to side just for a couple rounds, just to start to get a little bit of movement going here. And then we're going to take some cat-cows, but we're going to be really intentional about these cat-cows. We're going to extend them and hold them for longer. We're going to take it really nice and slow. So hands are nice and grounded down. Your knees are about hips width distance apart. Take a nice big inhale, and as you do, drop your belly. Reach your gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, hold here. We're staying here for 5 rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Continue that at your own pace. And as you're breathing here, really feel your spine. Feel that sensation all the way down into your lower back. Feel your shoulders really kind of going up towards your ears, so your ears kind of sinking into your shoulders. Wherever you're at here, take a nice big inhale. Exhale, round your spine, push the ground away, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin towards your chest. So almost like you're pulling your tailbone towards your chin. Really push the ground away. So feel into your spine again for about 5 rounds of breath. So we're taking the opposite motion in your spine, rounding, opening up between each vertebra. What does that feel like? Notice any sensations. And then take an inhale. Exhale here. And then inhale again, drop your belly, reach your gaze up, hold for 2 or 3 rounds of breath. On your next exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, 2 or 3 rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, drop your belly, reach your gaze up. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your tailbone, tuck your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. So we're now moving with each breath. Inhaling to that cow, dropping your belly. Exhaling to that cat, rounding your spine. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, wherever you're at. Exhale. Push your hips back, child's pose, just for a few moments. Option to extend your arms out in front of you or bring them down by your side. You choose. Check in, notice what your body needs here. When my arms are by my sides, I like to just gently grab my heels or the outsides of my feet.
Notice how this posture, how this shape feels in your body. Feel into the sensation of grounding your forehead down to the earth. Tops of your feet are nice and grounded down. Couple more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, slowly come back up. Take your time here. Again, no rush. Meet me in a seat just briefly. So you're going to grab your prop. And we're going to take what we call supported fish. So you're going to bring that prop behind you long ways. And you want it to be touching you. So you want it to be nice and connected to wherever it kind of naturally falls on your lower back. And then you can have your legs however, it doesn't really matter. You'll kind of feel what feels best when you transition into this. But you're going to lay all the way back over that prop. And when you do, let your whole body feel nice and supported. And when you arrive, when you start to rest down, again, you'll just kind of feel what feels best for your legs. Maybe you want to straighten them down in front of you. Maybe you want to cross them. Maybe you want to plant your feet down, bend your knees. It really doesn't matter. You want this shape to feel really supportive in your body. So yes, you're getting a nice opening, a nice little stretch in your spine and your back, but you're also wanting to be able to relax into this a little bit. So allow your arms to completely go, be nice and heavy down by your sides. Readjust where you need to make this shape work for you. And settle in here. And as you settle in to this shape, again, let this be a supportive, restful feeling shape in your body. Allow your head to feel nice and grounded, nice and supported on that prop, resting on that prop. Your arms, your shoulders sinking down towards the earth. And then feel what part of your legs are connected to the earth as well. Maybe bottoms of your feet or backs of your legs, or just a different part of your legs if your legs are crossed. Just notice any part of your body feeling nice and grounded down, nice and connected. And then start to bring some awareness to your tailbone. So in this shape, your tailbone is most likely really grounded, really connected to the floor underneath you. So for me, I can actually really physically feel my tailbone underneath the mat or on the mat underneath me. Just with the shape that this creates in your body, it really grounds your tailbone down. So notice your tailbone. Feel that sensation of it being super grounded, super connected to whatever is underneath you. A mat, the floor. And you're going to start to visualize that part of your body. What does it look like? Notice any sensations there. Then I invite you to start to breathe into and through this area. So visualizing your tailbone, feeling that sensation of it being nice and grounded down, nice and connected. You're inhaling into that space in your body. And you're exhaling into that space in your body. If you can, I invite you to inhale and exhale through your nostrils. Take your time. Breathing into, around, through your tailbone, your sits bones. Concentrate your breath at the very base of your spine here for a couple more rounds. And then slowly, on each inhale or on your next inhale, visualize pulling that breath from the base of your spine, from your tailbone, very slowly all the way up your spine to the back of your neck or the crown of your head, whichever one resonates. So on your inhale, pulling that inhale from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your spine or the crown of your head. Exhale, pushing that breath back down, all the way back down your spine to the base of your spine, your tailbone. So inhale up, nice and slow, nice and calm, nice and steady. Exhale all the way back down your spine, nice and slow, nice and calm, nice and steady. I know there's a lot going on here, but try to keep those inhales and exhales through your nostrils. Inhaling through your nose all the way up your spine, slow, steady, calm. Exhaling that breath down your spine, out your nostrils, slow, steady, calm. Find your own pace of breath here. Find your own rhythm. Really feel into the sensation of breathing up your spine, following each vertebra into the spaces between each vertebra, all the way up as far as it can go. And then exhale. Picture that breath moving slowly all the way back down until it reaches that base of your tailbone that's nice and grounded. Several more rounds at your own pace. Go ahead and start to move around a little bit. Maybe wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Maybe windshield wiper your legs side to side. And take your time in this transition. We're going to eventually meet flat on our backs. So for me, an option to stay here for longer. So if that breath work, if you feel like your body is asking to stay with that breath and just stay where you are, totally fine to stay where you are for longer. Listen to your body. If you're ready to transition, we're gonna meet directly lying on the floor, moving that prop out of the way. So again, there is no rush in this practice. Take your time. Stay for longer wherever you're at, or start to transition directly onto your back.
When you arrive on your back, whenever, however you get there, you can start to bring your knees in towards your chest. Let me fix my mic here. So as you bring your knees in towards your chest, you can hug your knees in towards you, maybe rock side to side if that feels nice. So notice how this feels on your lower back. Maybe try to ground down through your lower spine, through your sacrum. Feel that connection. Feel that nice little release after that stretch that we just did in your lower spine. A few more rounds of breath here. And if you're with me, you're going to start to try to keep both of your shoulders grounded. Your head is nice and grounded. You're just going to let your legs gently fall to the left in a nice spinal twist. So for me, this feels really nice after all of the different spinal movements we just did. Whew, you may feel some cracking in your spine. I don't know if you heard mine, but you may feel some cracking. And then option to have that right arm teed out to the side. You can even let your gaze slightly go to the right, or you can just stay as is. Find whatever variation of this spinal twist that works for you. This is your practice. Meet your body where it's at. What does it need? And breathe. Find your slow, steady inhales and your calm, steady exhales. 5 more rounds of breath at your own pace. When you're ready, if you're with me, slowly bring those knees back to center. And then we're just going to switch sides. So gently drop your legs to the right. Same thing. Try to keep both of your shoulders, the backs of your shoulders, nice and grounded. You really just want to focus and concentrate this twist on the lower half of your back and your spine. Same options on this side. Make it work for your body. 5 rounds of breath here. Whenever you're through those rounds, again, nice and slow and gentle, come back to center. Recenter your spine, your hips, and then one last time, pull your knees in, hug yourself in all the way here. Nice big hug for yourself. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Awesome. So now is your time to find a nice, comfortable resting shape. So maybe that's just lying flat on your back. Maybe it's lying on your side. Option to grab your props, your blankets. Just kind of notice, ask yourself what you need to settle in and find just a few minutes of rest as we wrap up this practice together. So as you settle in, I'm going to set up my sound bowls here. And use this time, like I said, as rest for your body. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. And if you have time at the end of practice to stay for longer, as always, I invite you to do so. I will end this video by playing the sound bowls. So when the sound bowls are done, again, option to stay for a little bit longer. Give yourself what you need here.